Hey, 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 how is everyone? Hope everyone's well. I am recovering. Unfortunately, Mark is not feeling very well. He's just not feeling very well, to be quite honest. But I'm on the mend. I'm not totally healed. And my poor nose, I've got so much dry skin now around my nose from obviously blowing it and everything else. But yeah, it's a thing. But I do have my chai tea latte, and I do have my frappuccino. Although they didn't put any cream on it, so I am a little bit annoyed that there's no cream on my frappuccino. But there we have it. How is everyone? What is everyone up to? It's been a long day for me, I've got to say. As you can see, we are downstairs today. I was doing a bit of work down here, so so I needed to be down here really. So I thought, you know what, I'll do the live from here as well. I am so tired and I've got such a headache. Well, it hasn't come to fruition, if that makes sense. You know, it's a headache that's just sort of dangling around there, and I think, oh, COVID, I'm done with you. COVID, I'm done. Until the next time I get sick, I suppose, if that happens again. Um, but hopefully, with my immunity getting stronger, hopefully. So that has been my day. It's been a long old day. And now I can just kick back, really. Well, kick back with you guys, hopefully, if anyone decides to join me. Um, so as you can see, I have new ears on today. I really like these ones. I like that they're candy and that the bow is like like a sweetie wrapper. I feel like that's brilliant. Um, there are a couple more headbands that I want to get. Uh, so yeah, I have to go online and have a look at those. Um, so uh, I've been watching Bridgerton, and I binged watch season 1 and season 2. And I have to say, uh, we let me throw it out there to you guys. First of all, have you watched Bridgerton? I'm sure everybody has, because it was the big thing last year. Everybody raved about it. It had like Bridgerton afternoon teas and all sorts. And I almost went to a Bridgerton afternoon tea, but I can't remember the reason, but we didn't end up going. Now tell me, what do you think about Bridgerton is the first thing. And which season did you prefer? Did you prefer, if you did watch Bridgerton, that is, did you prefer season 1 or did you prefer season 2? Um, After I hear from a couple of you guys, then I will let you know what my favorite season was. And what I liked about it, I liked all the costumes. I liked that it's progressive. I liked the music. And I've always loved period dramas. And so to be able to see like um, different types of people dressed in these lovely sort of like gowns, and some of them are really, really nice. Um, Hey Aoife, how are you? I hope you're well. I'm talking about Bridgerton at the moment, and I'm talking about which season first of all, have you watched Bridgerton? And which season did you, if you did, which season did you enjoy? But I really loved all the characters. I loved all the costumes, and it was real. You know, like some of them, like with the velvet jackets and the velvet cravats and all of that. I really liked it. Um, uh, so you watched season 2 and you preferred season 1. Hey, Bonga, how are you? Leisha's here. So we're just talking about Bridgerton, Leash, and I'm just saying, like, which season did you guys prefer? Now, I've got to be honest. Um, uh, was it? Haven't seen the TV, but love the film and book Emma. Do you know what? I've got a friend, and she really, really does love Emma. Emma's her favorite. I've got to say, I love Pride and Prejudice. I really love it. Um, and I think, and I've seen different versions, but I do like the Colin Firth version. And I think, what's her name? Is it the one who played in Abigail's Party? I forget her name. She also played the mother in Gavin and Stacey. I really like her as an actress. I think she's fantastic. Oh, Mr. Bingley. Oh, thank you. I really love her as an actress. I think she's brilliant. It's not Leslie Sharp. Leslie Sharp's the other lady, but I forget her name, but I think she's brilliant. Um, uh, yeah, Emma by Jane Austen. Yeah, I haven't bothered with season 2 as the main reason I was watching has gone. Ah, hey Eve, how are you? Do you know what? I'm telling you, please watch um Bridgerton. The For me personally, I preferred season 2 over season 1. I know a lot of people preferred season 1, and see, don't get me wrong, season one's good. Season one kept me to watch season 2, but it's very, very rare that you like another season, you know, to the first one. Because a lot of people always tell me I really liked the first season, and the first season was good, but I feel the second season was better. And so I don't know how the third season will be, but I really enjoyed it. I love the, like I said, I love the costumes. I love the music. It was really good. I think, I don't know if this was the first ball scene, but they actually played Material Girl, and I really liked that. And then when you see them dancing together, it's a wrecking ball, and I loved the way that they redid the music and everything else. It was so good. Um, uh, Hi, hey Charlie, how are you? Um, we'll watch five. We'll watch what? Watch his we? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Um. Oh, we will watch this week. I was gonna watch his we. What? Yeah, watch it this week. It's really good, but I do understand that a lot of people did like the main character, and I forget his name. Simon, I think was the character's name, right? And I think a lot of people really liked Simon's character. Did you know? I don't know if any of you watch Coronation Street, but Sally, that's her daughter who plays who plays Daphne. I was really shocked. She looks very like a little bit like Keira Knightley. And I would not have been surprised if somebody said, "Oh, that's Keira Knightley's sister." I wouldn't have been surprised at all. But yeah, it's actually Sally's daughter. I thought that was really. She's a brilliant actress, I have to say. Um, yes, thank you. I'm still a little bit bunged up and stuff, but I'm okay. Leash said it posted before she finished typing. Where's Mark? Mark's not well. He's not well. He's actually upstairs. He is working away a little bit, but he's not well enough to sort of like sit down and talk and all of that. I think that would take its toll on him. So he's just upstairs, sort of like relaxing but working um away. Uh yeah, he's not well. He's one of those people when he's very like, when a man is sick and they want to tell you every 5 minutes that they're sick. Although today it was okay. But just before he said, "Oh, I'm not feeling well." He had to tell me that he wasn't feeling well. Like I couldn't see that he wasn't feeling well. Um uh I'm just having a look at some messages there. Alicia's going late, yeah. Yeah, I was a bit late. I hope you like my sweetie headbands. I went upstairs to get them, so I was slightly late. But look at that! Don't you think that's so cute that it looks like a wrapped up sweet? I saw these and I thought, yes, I must have them. And yeah, I really really like them. I think they're good. Um, Hot fluids, yeah, and stay hydrated. Yeah, actually, he's very good at that. He's very good at sort of. He hasn't had many hot drinks though today. Yesterday I made him a hot drink, but sometimes he can be a bit fussy. So I made him a drink yesterday that had a little bit of garlic in it. He goes, "Oh, is there garlic in there? I don't want it." So I then made him some honey and ginger. So he had some hot water, honey, and ginger, and I had the same thing, except I added a few little more ingredients in mine. But I am starting to clear up, luckily. And yeah, I seem to be on the mend. I hope I am. Yes, he does. I'm very lucky, actually. We're both lucky, so that's nice. So yeah, so he's just yeah, working away upstairs, really. Um, I so yeah, so I really did like season 2 of Bridgerton. I thought, for me personally, it was better than season 1. I don't get me wrong, I liked season 1, but season 2 was better than season 1. But I know that a lot of people liked Simon. I'm sure that's his character's name, right? Or have I got it wrong? For some reason, I keep wanting to say Dean, but I think it actually is Simon. Um, and I liked, I also like Daphne's character. I feel like the two the two characters were really great. And I liked. Oh, we've got the TV on automatic, so it pops up sometimes, and it's just like, what? Luckily, I had the remote next to me. Um, but yeah, I liked the characters. I liked the dress. I like the dancing that they do. I like watching them sort of like play the like. It wasn't croquet. I'm not sure what type. It's called the Pall Mall game. I think they called it. Um, so feeling. Oh, I don't know anything about that, Aoife. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about the subject. Obligatory to fill in. To fill in what? I So what are my plans? Do you know what? Since I've been sick, I've had no plans whatsoever. I'm actually thinking of reading Bridgerton. I'm actually in the middle of still reading Harry Potter because I've been so busy. Um, uh, a stupid census. Yeah. Do you know what though? I'm just trying to remember that thing because I'm sure we had to do it here as well. Don't you have to do it like every year or few years or something like that? I don't do it very often, but yeah, I do remember I've had to do it a couple of times. I don't know um when the last time we did it was, but I do remember doing it, yeah, when we were living here actually. But yeah, yeah, the sort of filling out forms and stuff like that, they're just a real pain. But hey, we live in that society where we need to fill out forms and stand in queues and be polite to one another and having a, I don't know. I don't know. Um, so yeah, so is anybody else watching any good TV series? I'm just trying to think because I was watching Lock and Key before that. And before that I was watching so basically I was watching The Last Kingdom. Then I was watching Lock and Key. Now I've just finished Bridgerton. Hey Neha, how are you? Um, yeah, I did, but I'm actually clearing up now, so thank you. So I'm not too bunged up as I was. So yeah, so I've been filling my time. I feel like I've got an eyelash in my eye now. I've been filling my time with blowing my nose and trying to watch TV because do you know what? At night, I've got a real bad pain in my side. When I sit up, it's fine. So if I'm sitting in a chair and stuff like that, my side doesn't hurt. And even now when I bend down, it doesn't hurt so much. I get a little twinge, but it doesn't hurt so much. But if I lay on my back or if I lay on this side where the pain is, oh, I can't. It's really, really pain. It's almost like something's sliding back into place, kind of thing. Like it's fallen out of its pocket, and it's just jiggling around when it shouldn't be and causing me all this pain. Um, but yeah, it just sort of like simply standing up and things like that. I don't feel any pain. In fact, I actually forget about it. And it's only when I go to lay down or if I'm sitting on the sofa and I go to sort of lean back, like now, if I lean back or something, it hurts a little bit on the side. I don't know how or what's caused it. But there you go. Thanks, Aoife. Thank you, Neha. I hope I feel better too soon. Do you know what? But I don't feel it's to do with my back. It's actually in the side, just under my rib cage, is where it's hurting. So it's actually not my back. And normally I know touch wood, I actually have a very good back. Mark's back, not so much, but my back's actually quite good. Sometimes, if the only thing that may put it out a little bit is if I tend to lean on one side quite a lot, and if I'm reading, I tend to lean on, and that really does affect my shoulder blades. So I know that I shouldn't do this. If anything, sometimes I get and again, not very often. Sometimes I might get a little bit of neck pain, so like I'm okay now, luckily. But sometimes I do get a little bit of neck pain, but not very often. But yeah, my body's held me quite well actually. The only thing for me is pain in my knees. Yeah, and if I carry, I tell you what does affect me. If I have a bag that isn't a rucksack, so it's a crossbody bag or a bag that I hang on my shoulder, it gives me real sciatica because I tend then to lean for, I don't know why, but I then tend to lean to one side or put a lot of pressure on this side. So whenever I have a bag, it's better that it's a back and my hands are free then. But if I have a bag on a side, and whenever I have a bag, I favor my left side. And if I have a crossbody bag, I also favor my left side. I never really have it on my right. It will always be on my left. So yeah, so to walk or to do things like that can be a little bit like, here we go. Let's have a look. You know that me and you are truly. Thank you. I never simply adore you as a. Thank you so much, Aoife. That's so kind. Do you know what it is though? It's weird because obviously I don't get to meet you guys or anything like that. And so when I'm talking, I'm actually talking to you guys. And I get to know you, luckily for me, and one by one sometimes. So sometimes you might email me, or sometimes we might catch up on YouTube or something like that. So I like it that at the moment the community is small. I maybe one day, if I'm lucky, the community will get a lot bigger. But should that happen, it will then lessen my time, which that makes me a little bit sad, to be quite honest. But I do really enjoy talking to you guys. I really enjoy spending my time with you guys. And it's funny because I you never really are able to put a name to a face and things like that. The only person really that I've actually met was Georgina. She saw me in Liverpool Street. I was with my cousin and she approached me and we built a connection. That was really quite nice. So I actually got to meet her. So that's the only person really. But hopefully maybe when Mark and I start traveling around and stuff like that, or start making plans to anyway, maybe we'll get to meet some of you, maybe. I said to Mark, what would be nice is if we planned a few things for the summer. We've had really good weather like lately. I mean, we don't get me wrong, it did rain today and yesterday and stuff like that, but like a week or two ago, the sun was shining, weather was sweet. It was so nice. So I'm hoping that that will bring us a really good summer, because I tell you, I am done with this winter. I am done and dusted. I want to be out in my garden. I want to be doing my barbecue. I want to be, invite the girls round, and we have, these what you call it? These Baileys. I was Baileys. And Siobhan and Ben, Mark's brother, and his girlfriend, sent me the almond Baileys. So now I'm building up quite a nice little collection. So I can't wait to have, that sort of like garden party, cocktail type event. I'm thinking I'm going to do a garden party that will involve maybe sandwich it, maybe do a little bit Bridgerton. I've always loved afternoon tea. The girls know me and me afternoon tea. So I might do sort of like a replica afternoon tea, maybe. I might. It would be nice to actually go to some charity shops and see if I can get any. I'm doing this as if you know what I mean. Cake tiers, cake platters. I've got one here, which is a Alice in Wonderland one, but I'd like to get a few and dot them around the garden, and then people walk around in there, having well, they won't walk around, they'll just sit on the chairs. Actually, I don't know why I'm talking about walking around as if we're at a garden party dressed in our ascot gear. That's not going to happen. People come in their jeans and their tops, and they'll be sitting outside enjoying sandwiches. That's what's going to happen. um uh do you know where you caught it from? I don't actually. I was actually traveling on the train. I'm really quite careful. Even my family, sometimes I don't even turn up to family events because of COVID and stuff like that. And my family will tell you I'm very, very cautious. And I had it once in 2020. I avoided 2021. And of course, I caught it in 2022. Just my luck. And yeah, I was on the train on my way somewhere. I don't know if it was the train. I don't know if it was places that I went to visit. Um, but I don't believe I was with Mark at the time that I caught it. Hence, he's probably got it now. He's just really sick. I mean, he tested not yesterday, the day before, and it came back negative. But I should imagine if he tested today, he'd probably be positive, to be fair. Because as I was getting sicker, I didn't test positive. I only tested positive at the height. So I was getting sick, 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 sick. I think I began to feel the effects on a Monday, and um Tuesday it was building, and then Wednesday my face was really hot. I was already sort of a bit ill on Tuesday, which is what made me test on Tuesday night. And I tested quite late, so I must have tested about 10 o'clock. And I seemed to be, do you know what I mean, sick. I just thought I had a cold, and I just thought, do you know what, we had colds before COVID. We just had simple colds, so I just thought it's a simple cold. Took a test, came back negative, and I thought, right, at least that confirms my suspicion. Then on Wednesday, I went out, and my face started to feel a bit hot, and all of this, and I thought, this ain't right. I don't think I feel quite right. So that's when, on Wednesday, when I got home in the evening, I tested again, and it came back positive. So then that was it. That was me from Thursday. I laid in bed. Friday, I laid in bed. Saturday, I laid in bed. I think Saturday, I probably made my way downstairs. Saturday, Sunday, I was downstairs. And Monday and today. But I was lucky because my uncle um, uh, Alicia dropped off a box of tests, and my uncle dropped off a box of tests. So that was all right. So, because Mark tends to test quite regularly. So he'll sort of like test, test, test. I will test if I feel sick, and then I think, do you know what? So then I did a couple of tests and stuff. But it's really it's a really confusing time, I think, for a lot of people, and a really difficult time for a lot of people, because you want to protect yourself and you don't want to get sick, because who likes being sick? And it stops you from doing so many things. But under normal circumstances, even if you had a cold, you'd be able to go to the shop or whatever. And then when you have COVID, it's just like, oh God, now I have to self-isolate. I can't go here. I can't go there. Mark's very good when he goes to the door. He puts his mask on. I do from time to time. But normally I like to take a step back. I like them to leave it, to be quite honest with you, I like them to leave it in the porch, and then I go and pick it up from the porch. I'm not one of these people, let me just take that from you and all of this. I just pop it down. And that's what I put in the notes a lot of the time. Just leave it in the porch, ring the doorbell, and go. And then I can bring whatever inside. But even with all our packages and stuff, I get them to leave it in the porch, and then after they've gone, I then go and collect it. Charlie, yeah, Charlie. Oh, right. Oh, did Charlie ask a question? I must have missed it. Sorry, Charlie, if I missed it. But yeah, he's upstairs. He's not well. Um, I am going to look after him later. I'm sure he'll need plenty of fluids and food and stuff like that. Don't. I broke. Which drinks maker was it? Did you have a? You didn't have a velvetizer or something like that, did you? Don't give me. I broke the dumb drinks maker. Which drinks maker was it? Oh, was it the Tassimo? Was it the Tassimo that you got? I'm trying to think back to your drinks maker. Was it the Tassimo? But do you know what? These things happen, and if they're reasonably priced, it's okay to go out and get another one. I mean, with the Tassimo, I bought several family members a Tassimo. Hope Marks get better soon. Yeah, so do I. Not the velvetizer, it's the Tassimo. Yeah, so do you know what? The Tassimo, that's fine because you can replace that. And there are some places you can pick it up for like £20 or something like that, £26. So that's not, that won't break the bank too much. Obviously, if you have the money, it won't break the bank too much. If you haven't got money, that's going to, totally break the bank for a lot of people. Yeah, the VV. Okay, yeah, the VV2. Tell Mark to recover. I will. I gave him some paracetamol and stuff earlier, and he took some strepsils and stuff like that. But he's having a terrible time in the evening. So, like, he starts coughing in the evening, and that was happening to me because I'd be okay all day, and sometimes I'd be on the train or something, and all of a sudden I'd start coughing, or I'd be, um, you know, in the evening, and all of a sudden I'd start coughing, but all day I'd be fine. And sometimes when you're on the train or something, people are, you start coughing, and people are like, because nobody wants to get sick. Nobody wants to get sick, but people have to go out and they have to work, or they have to go shopping, or they have to do their daily lifestyle things or whatever. So for whatever reason that people are out, and there's, unless you're going to be a recluse, there's not really that much you can do about it at the moment. And I just think that people have to understand we have to live with it, from now on. I think protect yourself as much as you can, within a reasonable, do you know what I mean, state, but just accept that it's here to stay. Just accept it. When I go to an exercise class, before I even go in, I accept that I might be the biggest person there. Once I've accepted it, I'm not going to worry about, being in that exercise class and stuff like that. When we go out walking, I protect myself. I have my mask, or if we go into shops, I have my mask. Sometimes I go to family homes and I wear my mask. They look at me a little bit funny sometimes. Other family members understand. But yeah, I think, you've got to do, I don't judge, and nobody should judge really, and you've got to accept and do what people feel comfortable with. What I don't like is in some offices, I feel like some people feel self-conscious for wearing a mask, and I don't think that should be a thing. I think if you work in an office or wherever, or if you feel like you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. And I don't think that other people should make people feel bad about what, they want to protect themselves. COVID starts in the evening usually, does it? Going to send you blank pages for the census questions for you just to see how unacceptable they are. Believe me, I can imagine. I do remember doing the census one, and you had to do it, you had to complete it. I remember a little while ago that it came out. Today, just to let you know, I've got a chai tea latte. I've got chai tea latte, and I've got caramel frappuccino. But I think I said at the beginning, they didn't put no cream in it. Can you imagine? They forgot to put, unless they ran out of cream, because they could have run out of cream. And I got normal milk. I didn't even get like oat milk or something like that for them not to. And anyway, if I'd had got an alternative milk, they wouldn't have been able to put caramel in it anyway, unless they had an alternative caramel, of which more often than not they don't. But yeah, they didn't put any cream. I was going to put some chocolate cream on top because I got some chocolate cream in the fridge, but I left it, and I just thought, you know what? Let me just drink my drink for now. Mark really enjoys. I got him a chai tea latte today, and he really enjoys the chai tea latte. He said he's going to get that from now on, and I said it makes sense because there's a coffee machine right there. In fact, there's 2 coffee machines right there, so it makes sense if we've got 2 coffee machines that when we order from somewhere else, you get a different drink. It doesn't make sense to order coffee. You got coffee there. Hey, Pavna, how are you? Do you know what? I'm feeling a lot better. Sorry, because I do cough every now and again. I'm a little bit bunged up. I love the drinks. Yeah, all of the Baileys. Yeah, I've got a few, and I was saying earlier that Mark's brother and his girlfriend, Siobhan, sent me the almond one. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to trying that at some point. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much, Eva. That's so kind. Oh, I'm glad. Do you know what? But like I said, I am glad I get to talk to you. I'm glad I get to talk to a lot of you. Do you know what I mean? And I love that we get to have these conversations and stuff like that. But thank you, Eva. That's so kind. And I'm glad that we have regular people. They step in. They go out. Some weeks they join us. Some weeks they don't. And I like the casualness of it all. Does that make sense? I like that if I haven't seen you for a while and then all of a sudden you step in, you're like, hi, I can only stay for like 5 minutes. How are you? Da, da, da. And then I've got to go now. And I really like that. It's almost like you're at home and someone's popped in to meet you. You've given them a certain amount of a span, almost like an open house. And people come in and out. That some people might stay for the whole couple of hours, and then other people pop in and out and all that. And that's what it's like. It's almost like I've got a garden party, and like 6 or 7 of you have arrived. Some people come in and out and all of this, and that's what it feels like to me anyway. And I love I didn't enjoy it when the time changed, but look how bright it is outside, guys. It's so nice. I cannot wait for the summer to arrive. I really can't. What would be nice is if, the holiday situation would go back to normal. I think it's going to take a while. Look, I was just out and I caught COVID. I don't really want to be in a situation where you're going abroad and you're catching COVID. I know that it's here, guys. I know that it's here with us forever, and we're not going to get rid of it that easily. But what I would like to do is for it to get to a level that you're not at risk of catching it every week, or do you know what I mean? Every other day or something like that. No, I'm recovering today. I go out and then I catch COVID again and I'm sick for the next 5 days. Do you know what I mean? I want it to get to the level, a little bit like flu, where you may or may not catch it. You may just catch a cold during the season change. That's how I used to be. When the seasons used to change, that is when I would catch a cold. Do you know what I mean? So I really would love for it to get to sort of that level where it literally is. If you think about when I get a cold, sometimes it lasts longer than 5 days. So to have something like COVID, and obviously slowly getting sick. Wednesday, I was like really sort of like burning up. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I'm almost back to relatively. I feel a little bit bunged up on this side, and my side still hurts, but I'm trying to figure, because the thing is, I fell over on Monday, not yesterday, Monday, the Monday previous. And I'm just wondering, so when I fell over, I didn't bang anything because I fell on my knee. And there's a deep gash in my knee. And I tell you, I bumped my knee a couple of times. I bumped it a couple of times yesterday. And the pain was just like, oh my God, it hurts so much. Because the way I've gashed it, so it's like, it goes down, but it's very deep here. So if I catch it on a corner, it goes in within the deepness of the cut, and I'm just like, ah! It's almost like you can see bone, right? It's almost like you can see my knee. It was quite deep. So I looked at it and I thought, do you know what? At one point I thought, should I have gotten stitches for that? But how can you get stitches? Well, I suppose you can get stitches on your knee, but I'm just thinking with the flexing of the knee, would it just rip the thing? I don't know. Anyway, I didn't get stitches. Um, and my poor knee, when I think about the right side of that knee, because it's the right side, I have banged it seriously, that knee, 3 times in my life. Once, I was at school and I was messing about with one of the girls. I think I pushed her a little bit and she moved out of the way and I fell over this massive plant pot and gashed up the front of my knee. It scarred for years. Then when I went to Mauritius, um, God, when did I go? It must have been early 2000, so maybe something like 2006 or something like that. I went to Mauritius and I went to visit my cousin. She worked in a hotel and I tripped over. I gashed up all my knee. It was bad. And I had to go into, I remember having to go into their sort of like first aid, I guess. And I remember they have like in Mauritius, they have all of these medicines and medicine rouge, medicine vert, which is just the color. Oh, red medicine and green medicine. And they put a medicine on there, and I can't remember if it was red. Uh, and I remember my granddad had one, and it was green. And so yeah, and that's what they put, but it was really bad. And so to fall on the same knee, that poor knee. I've got bad knees anyway, so to fall on the same knee, that knee has probably got so many scars on it now, like healed over scars. That poor knee, it'll never be the same, I'm telling you. Um, uh, I could not watch your last 2 uploads. Thanks to dual conjunctivitis. I remember, yeah, because I remember Mark was saying about your pillows and stuff. It snowed on Saturday. Yes, it did. There were snow flurries, would you believe? It was crazy. Kel, that's those jabs that are causing issues, including falls. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, would you say that the jabs are affecting balance? I do, but to be fair, I could imagine that COVID would cause an imbalance because I reckon it would, because it's affecting your throat. It's not that too far off your ears and things like that. So I can totally imagine COVID affecting your balance, to be quite honest. Hey, Richard's Adventures, how are you? Just got back from a 30-minute ago. I just got back from half an hour ago. Okay. From a long vlog. Ooh, what is the long vlog? I've had issues from the booster jab. Oh, right. Oh, I see. Kelly, I am a former nurse. Okay, yeah, so you're going to know a bit about all of that type of stuff. I mean, do you know what? I think people have felt with regards to the jabs. There's so many because we are all different. I think people suffer in different ways. For some people, they've had no effect. And I should imagine the people who are asymptomatic, those lucky people, who feel no effects from it and it doesn't affect them. And then everybody else, it affects in some way or another. And yeah, so I think because we're all different. So I think a virus, whatever virus it is, will affect us in different ways because we're all built differently. So that's the thing. So yeah, but yeah, I'm just thinking, you know what? Earlier on, I had a little bit of a headache, and I feel like it's like just dancing there, just dancing, waiting to come to fruition. And last night before we went to sleep, I said to Mark, "Oh, do you want some paracetamol?" I was like, "No, no, no, I don't want one." And then when he woke up early this morning, he's like, "Can I have a paracetamol?" I said, "I told you to take a couple last night," because sometimes, like last night, and I was quite surprised at myself actually. I slept really heavy. I was just gone. It was my alarm that woke me up, and I always wake up before my alarm. So I really must not have been well, or I really must have just been exhausted and just needed to rest. And tomorrow I will rest a little bit. I will, um, just take it easy, just rest a little bit, and all of that type of stuff, really. But what's everyone's plans for the week? What are you guys up to for the week? Um, like I said before, I don't know. I really like this headband. I've said it a couple of times now, but look at the sweets. Look at the sweets. I keep looking at it on the screen, thinking, "Oh my god, I love the candy. I love that they look like lollies." And I used to. I never had these types of lollies all the time when I was younger because I was never really I was never really into these types of sweets. Really, I'm more of your chocolate type of girl, or I didn't mind sweets, but if I was going to have anything, a piece of rock would be better, I think. But yeah, I was the type of person to uh enjoy like a stick of rock or whatever. But sometimes you just see people with the big dummies and things like that. I was never that type of person, and I was never the type of person to eat candied apples and things like that. I felt that they were too hard. But in these states, they do one that's dipped in toffee and nuts. And when you eat it with the apple, it's so delicious. It's like toffee, chocolate, nuts, and an apple. I mean, boy, not that apples need to taste any lovelier, but when you have it with that toffee and the chocolate and the nuts, whoo, that is nice. Very, very nice. Oh, really? Are you studying? Oh, do you know what? Is about our religion, asking you specific identity of whether you. Oh my goodness. Then asking stupid. Oh right, okay. It's good. One of them ones, eh? I've been building Back to the Future car. All right, taking some time. It's ranked up the views. I bet it has. On the signing of event. Is there a signing event happening? Like black or white identity. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, when you're filling out these forms and they want to know this, that, and the other, and I feel like, um, I don't know. I mean, I yeah, it's a hard one when you're having to fill out forms and they're asking you. I will speak on it. It is a subject that greatly interests me, and I will speak on it. Not just yet, but I will speak on it. Maybe in a couple of lives' time. Maybe I'll speak on it. Do I have any long-term conditions? I have foggy brain from the first round of COVID. So I get distracted very, very easily. And I often wonder, um, my mind is quite sharp, or I feel is quite sharp. I'm not saying intelligent or things like that, but I'm quite sharp in the sense of I can read or notice things and I can retain information quite well. But I'm not very good in exams and things like that. So to I don't know how I am now with regards to things like that. I think I need to sharpen my mind in some way. I do the Harry Potter spells and puzzles and things like that. I do things like that. But I think I need to get my brain into gear into something that I enjoy. Oh, by the way, did I tell you guys I submitted my second assessment and I passed my second assessment. So yay! I've only got one more assessment to do, and then my course is done, and hopefully I can move on to the next level. But yeah. Hey Sam, how are you? Yeah, do you know what? I'm better, thank you. I'm not fully recovered. I'm still bunged up on this side. But when we were on was it Tuesday or Friday or whatever day it was, I was so bunged up I could hardly breathe or anything else, and I was just like, oh my god, oh my god. But I do feel a lot better now. I feel not that I can go outside and run about and things like that. But there are times when I think, oh yeah, do you know what? I could just pop out. And then I'm thinking, no, you can't just pop out. No, you can't. You got to stay your backside there. I'm like, oh. So yeah, so Kelly, I wasn't asking you if you have long-term conditions. Oh, what were you asking me then? Oh right. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I was so pleased because I thought um so the first unit was quite not easy or anything like that, but I knew more on it. And the second one was a bit like, oh, am I reading this correctly? And it's the first time I've done home study. And I think that because I get easily distracted, is quite difficult for me. And what I'm one of these people who likes to be prepared. I like to get all my information on time. I like to complete my information. I like to do what I'm doing and all of that type of stuff. So I think that to work from home and then to have a foggy brain, and in my mind I'm trying to think what's the word she's looking for, and so to have foggy brain, to get easily distracted, is very difficult for me, and it's very difficult to force myself to sit down and concentrate. I actually started writing something the other day. So I've started to write a story. It's not a story, it's actually about me, really. And I I started writing it, and I just thought I wanted to see where it would take me. And I don't know it. There's a book in all of us, they say, and I don't know if I will achieve it or anything like that. But I started it just to see if I could do it. Really, uh, Kelly, my world is better for having contact with you. Ah, even via email. Oh, bless you. All games. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Um, they ask people if they smoke. Do you know what? That's quite a common question though on a lot of forums. YouTubers work hard. Yes, yes, we do. Well, we try to. And I think for me, it will be nicer. Actually, things have been on my mind for quite a while. And now I feel like my mind is free and I might be able to concentrate on editing some videos. So now that my mind is a bit more clear and I'm not thinking about certain things and all of that, I hopefully will now be able to sort of edit more videos. But we've got a lot of videos to edit actually. Census asks what internet is used by individuals thinking census on 3rd of April, even tourists. Some of these questions are mad. They're mad, 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 mad. But yeah, I would like to do a lot more things in the summertime, and I would like to, you know what, I'd like to go to different parts of the country maybe and see certain things, maybe visit a few theme parks would be quite nice. You know what, because we've never done videos on theme parks here, because well, last year we couldn't because we didn't have really great weather. And I remember Nehal went to a couple of theme parks. So yeah. Hey, it's been a while. We got two Sams on today. I don't know. I know this Sam because we've actually met up, Sam. But I don't know the other Sam. But yeah, we know sometimes we can have like 3 or 4 Sams. And it doesn't tell me who's female and who's male. So if I do get it mixed up, please do forgive me. But Sam, I know is male because I've met Sam. How are you? What are you up to? What have you been doing? Sometimes I see you on your Insta. We haven't been doing much actually. But we did go to Blacklock. I went to Blacklock with my bestie Eve, and obviously Mark. And yeah, we really enjoyed it. Like I but I have to say, and I have said this before, I preferred going in the I enjoyed the roast, and it was really good. It was really nice. But I like the Toby Carvery. I really do. I think the Toby Carvery, although you get very thin slices of meat, very thin, it's not the same as uh the Sunday roast at Blacklock, but it is very good and the price is very, very reasonable. So if you ever think that, oh yeah, do you know what, I want to try Sunday roast, go. But it I would prefer going in the week or on a Saturday and getting one of the other dishes that they do an all in for the same price, I believe. Oh no, it's £20 actually, because the Sunday roast is £22, but there has to be a minimum of 2 people. But during the week they have another all in with several different meats, and that is £20. But I don't know if it's a minimum of 2 people. I have to have a look. Somebody messaged the other day on YouTube with regards to the Ned. The Ned is brilliant. If you want all you can eat buffet food, the Ned is the place to go. You get lobster, you get oyster, but it's very expensive. It's very pricey. The building that is in, it's amazing. It's an old bank, but it's an amazing old bank that they've now turned into a hotel. However, it is expensive. I think it was £75 per person the last time that we went. But now you have to be a member. So you have to pay an annual membership and you don't get any discount, by the way, to do the Ned to have the Sunday feast. So I do feel that that is quite a bit of change, really. But if you have it and you want to experience it, definitely go and try it. Um, so let's have a look. Same old stuff, haha. Eating, gym, work, repeat. Well, it's a good job that you're going to the gym at least. Going to London next with Mama. Oh, say hello to Mama, and I hope you enjoy. If we get a chance, we can meet up. But only after I've recovered from COVID, because I'm not trying to go nowhere with this COVID. I'm telling you. I recommended a Radox bath salts, fruit scent. Do you know what? We've actually got Epsom salts. We've actually got Epsom salts, acai berry, detox bath salts in Tesco. Okay, Radox. Yeah, the Radox. Yeah, I knew you meant Radox. But years ago it was the traditional blue Radox. Do you remember? And like my grandparents had it there for years, and then I went and bought one. We don't take much baths here. For us, it's mainly showers and stuff like that. Um, but a few weeks ago, Mark did take a bath, but I don't know if it was because of his back. But yeah, we put some Epsom salts in and stuff like that. And but like I said, we don't have baths very often. I think since we've had the new bathroom, I think I've only had one bath. But I will make. Do you know what? I may get some bath bombs. I was going to have a bath the other day, but I thought about my knee, and I thought about getting up in the in the bath, and sometimes I'll get up on my knees and then step out the bath. And I just thought, oh my goodness, what if I bang my knee, or what if I do this to my knee, or what if I slip and hurt my knee? It's too painful to be doing any of that craziness. Um, but yeah, has anybody eaten anywhere nice? Do you know what I mean? I haven't eaten anywhere nice lately because obviously I've been stuck at home. But there have been a few restaurants that I really do want to try. I actually, before we got COVID, there was a place that I went to, and for my cousin's wife's birthday, and so I think we were a party of 7, right? So in the restaurant, a couple of the girls, they ordered one ordered a pasta dish that came with a shell on prawn, like shell on shrimp, and then the other girl, she ordered a pasta dish which came with a soft shell crab on top. Now what happened was, so the guy came out and he bought us all our food and all of this. Then he set her pasta down, and in a separate bowl, he tipped the soft shell crab on top. Now, most restaurants, they would have had a set of tongs, They would have grabbed the soft shell crab and they would have placed it on the pasta. That is what you would do. That is the normal conduct. What he did was he tipped it. It rolled off the plate and it rolled onto her lap. He was about to go and grab it, but he didn't. Anyway, she picked it up and she put it back in the thing. Anyway, he went off and she was like, she didn't eat it. And then my cousin said to her, "Oh, are you going to eat that?" And she's like, "Well, I'm not sure." He goes, "Well, you should just ask for a new one if you don't want, if it's rolled off the table onto your lap, you should just ask for a new one." She goes, "Yeah, but what if they just microwave it?" So he came back out, and my cousin, and my cousin's quite outspoken. He said, "Oh, can we get a new crab? Because obviously that fell in her lap." And he's like, "Oh, you want a new one?" And then my cousin said, "Can you leave that here because we don't want you to put it in the microwave and bring it back out?" And then he goes, "We don't do that here, sir. We don't do that here." I was like, "Oh my God, here we go." And he went back and then he brought a crab, but of course we'll never know if that crab had been heated, if it wasn't, or whatever. But yeah, that was that. Oh, it's crazy, 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 crazy. You should try the route of the Great Fire of London. Okay. You find very, very old London gems. Yeah, I found a lot today on my big vlog today. Do you know what? Mark and I, we were in London a couple of weeks ago now. Yes, that's when we went to Blacklock. And we walked sort of like from Fleet Street all the way up the Strand and then into Covent Garden. And it's just such a lovely walk. And, you really have to look at the buildings. I mean, there's the old Strand tube station. It's been closed for many years. But do you know what? Sometimes I love it when you come across a station, you go, what? Did there used to be a stop here? And, it's still got the old sign and everything else. And along Fleet Street, if you've ever read the Dan Brown, the first one, what was the first one? The Brown book. I can't remember which. I can only remember Illuminati for some reason, but there was a Dan Brown book. It was the first one, and Professor Langdon comes into a. I don't know if he starts off in France, and he's at the Louvre, and someone dies or something like that. But they actually come to London, and they actually speak about Fleet Street and the Masons and all of that type of stuff. So interesting. It's just one of the. I like the book because it has a lot of facts that if you know walking down there or walking down here, and you can see these things that are written in the books. Really good, really cool. Um, uh, I went out to the old Arch Bar and had a turkey and ham dinner. Wow, as most of the rest of the dishes were all fish dishes. And was it good? Was it good? Um, Alicia's going, "Oh yeah, I know, right?" Because obviously Alicia was at the dinner, and we are just talking about, yeah, obviously, I was just talking about when it just dropped off her plate into her lap. You must try. Do you know what? I am not a lover of Garfunkel's. I've been there a couple of times, and I've always had a bad experience. So I never really go there. Um, Oh, you got foot spa as well? Oh, yeah, 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 the foot spa, yeah. Um, Richard's Adventures, some Epsom salts, yeah, bath in the water, yeah, yeah, exactly. Did you see the Demon Barber of Fleet Street? I didn't see the Demon, but do you know what? I do actually enjoy the film. The film is so funny and it's very good. Um, and a hidden church. No, I didn't see a hidden church. So Kel. Oh right, okay, so not that great. Um, I've been doing that. Do you know what? Going on walks and sort of finding little gems, or even I was listening to. I think her name's Michaela Cole. She's the one who did Chewing Gum. She's a black actress, and she did. She collected she did a talk about 3 years ago. It popped up on my YouTube, and I really, really respect her. I've got to say her writing is on point, her comedy is on point. And she spoke about she lives in East London, and she it, and there are a lot of these. There is an estate right in the middle of London, and you wouldn't even know it's a council estate. You wouldn't even know it was there. And she said, you know, you've got these high rises and all of this. And I remember I lived on a council estate when I was growing up, in Battersea, and you walk out. I mean, then Battersea's full of council estates, so it's not quite the same thing. But it's a hop, skip, and a jump to go into London, although you're already in London when you're in Battersea. But there are so many little hidden council estates and things like that which you would never, or you bypass. And if you go on Old Street, there's so many council, but you're right there in the middle of Old Street. It's crazy, but there are so many. Even when you go to Farringdon, there's so many council estates, flats. You just don't even notice them when you're in London. You really don't. And these are little places that people, even in Barbican, do you know what I mean? And there's just little places that people have been fortunate enough to live in and still live in, or have bought and you know, been able to leave to their children and all of that type of stuff. And you can be right in the center of London, right in the thick of it. And I just feel that that's amazing. But she wrote, I haven't finished watching the speech. I think the speech is about 45 minutes. I think I'm only halfway through. But her writing is so, and she's so funny. It's really good. I really recommend watching her stuff if you get a chance. Michaela Cole, Chewing Gum. Um, I won't eat at the Arch Bar. The dinner was that. Oh, you won't eat at the Arch Bar. The dinner's €13. 30 cent. Oh, really? Okay. We went. Do you know what? We went to the crypt. Richard, if you're ever at the crypt, if you're ever in the center of London and you're at the crypt, there's a place called the Crypt, and you wouldn't even. Again, it's one of them places you wouldn't even know it was there. So if you are on St Martin's Lane and you're heading towards Charing Cross, so you've got Trafalgar Square, you've crossed over the road, and you're heading towards Charing Cross. There's a cylindrical sort of lift, I guess, cylindrical lift. And you go inside it and you go down, and I'm telling you, it's amazing down there. It's a really old building. And they have like choirs and sort of like music, not musicals, but music choirs and things like that happening there. And they have a thing that is, it's almost like a canteen, if you like. And the food there is really reasonable, and the portion size that you get is very, very reasonable. It's not like, for me personally, the food just needs to be seasoned that bit more. But for the money, I think it was something like £13 for like pie and roast potatoes and veggies, and you get a cake and a drink, and I think it all came to about £13. It was really, really good value for money. Like I said, needed a little bit of seasoning, but if you're ever there, if anybody's coming to London and they just want to maybe not experience the food, but experience the ambience and see the old sort of like, it connects the church. So I'm not quite sure, but I know they do a lot of choir stuff there, and I haven't really looked into their program. But if you pick up a program and there's something that you want to see, definitely go. It's an amazing sort of like underground. Well, it's called the Crypt, so I'm assuming it used to be a crypt. Yeah, been to 3 crypts in London. Yeah, definitely go there. It's really, really good. Detox your body and relax your mind. Yeah, we all need to do that. Do you know what I mean? Detox our body and relax our minds. I think we as a society need that a bit more. See a lot of things that you want to see and do. Yeah, exactly. Check your church vlogs. Okay. Do you know what I love? One of my favorites is Westminster Cathedral. I don't know why I love it, but maybe it's because I lived in Vauxhall for many years, so I used to walk to Victoria sometimes and stuff like that. Or maybe it was because one day we went on a school trip and we went there because I had moved from Battersea, and So when you're in Battersea, you would do things like that. And so when we went there, it just reminded me of being back home, and all of that type of stuff. So yeah, definitely. If there is a cathedral and you're thinking which one should I go and see, I mean St Paul's Cathedral, obviously that's the famous one that everyone goes to see. But Westminster Cathedral is nice, you know. Um, Kelly had my ankle boot laces open earlier, and the female acquaintance told me, "Oh, you will fall over your laces are open." Like I know my laces are open. I choose not to tie them. Do you know what? I normally tuck my laces in. Now now I just like tie them in a double what do you call it? A double bow. But if they come out of the double bow, I just tuck them in my trainers now. I'm not that it's not that deep for me. I'm not that bothered. I'll just tuck them in. Yeah, been there loads. The church is called St. Martin's in the Fields. Yes, it is. As Trafalgar Square used to be a field. Oh, did it? Oh, wow. I did not know that. I only remember Trafalgar Square when I had to go and feed the birds. Mark and I were talking about this the last time. And I remember it was on the news that people were stealing pigeons. It was one of them crazy, bizarre sort of news articles. And then I think they. I remember when I was younger, you used to get a cup. It was like a lid from an old shaving cream or whatever. You get a lid, and they would fill it with seeds. And then after they fill it with seeds, you would go. But the birds would come and sit on your arms and everything, looking to get the seeds. It was crazy. And then after that, I don't know who it was. I can't tell you if it was the government or the mayor of London or whoever it was, but they decided they wanted to reclaim Trafalgar Square. So they got rid, I don't know how, but they got rid of the pigeons and obviously gave it a good cleanup because there's no birds' mess there or anything. Gave it a real good cleanup. And now they do this thing of the fourth plinth. So on the fourth plinth, they switch out the sculptures and stuff that go on there. But I love Trafalgar Square and I love Leicester Square. And I remember when I was younger, when we used to have to go and pick up my mum from work, and I was really young at the time, but it'd be dark. She used to work at the Royal Opera House, and it'd be like really dark, and you'd see all the lights of London, and you'd think, wow. And that's how it actually was. I mean, we didn't live too far because we only lived in Battersea, but that's what it was like living in London at the time. At the time, it was like, wow, you've seen all these lights of London, and you're looking at them through a child's eyes. And I mean, I know when a lot of people visit London, they're like, wow, anyway. But to grow up, to be and grow up in London, we are very, very lucky. And I still, to this day, if I'm there at night, I'm still like, wow. Or if I'm walking the bridges at night and I just think, wow. Sometimes I used to like hang out in London and just walk around and go home late and walk the bridges and stuff like that. But yeah, wow. Um, uh, you could you could say in Trafalgar Square you're in a field feeding the birds. Yeah. So really, birds must be used to the fields and still come. Yes, maybe they were. The Archbar dinner was so red wine gravy, mashed potatoes, steamed veg, and carrots and broccoli. Do you know what? Red wine doesn't agree with me. Anything that's cooked in red wine or anything like that, it really doesn't sit well with me. I've never been a wine drinker anyway, to be quite honest. Uh, but when I remember Evelyn and I, we were in Lanzarote, and she there's this a place called La Cabana. I really like it there. The food is so good. It would be difficult for me to say another restaurant that I like better than La Cabana. The food for me is that good. And they switch up their menu. I think every week or every couple of weeks they switch up their menu. And I've been lucky enough that every time I've gone there and tried something, I've not been disappointed yet. Do you know what I mean? I've been there like 4, 5 times, maybe more, maybe 6. And the food is so good there. It's probably more, to be quite honest, I'm thinking it's more than 6 because sometimes we go more than 2 times. We will go like maybe twice in one trip and something like that. But whenever I go there, I make sure that during my week I have booked a table to go to that restaurant. I love it there. It's so good. Um, and I remember I was debating whether I was going to have braised pork cheeks, but Evelyn ended up having the braised pork cheeks and I went for something else. And I'm so glad I didn't go for the braised pork cheeks because the red wine doesn't agree with me, and they had been braised in red wine for however long. But that actually doesn't agree with me. But yeah, I've never been disappointed when I've gone to eat there. And I can't say that for every restaurant, to be fair. Um, and I know in some restaurants you tend to stick to what you know because you don't want to be disappointed. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you'll have something, and then you'll when you go to that. So let me use Wagamama's as an example. I've tried a few things in Wagamama's, but I know I like the teriyaki salmon soba. So I will have the teriyaki salmon soba, or I may switch to the kids mini chicken chai han, but it will be one of those two dishes. And then I have my ebi katsu, which is the coated prawns, and I love the white chocolate cheesecake. But you know, at that restaurant, you will have your set things. When you go to another restaurant, you'll have your set things. So if I go to Coat restaurant, I will either have the steak or I will have the pork belly. So you kind of know it at John Turot's restaurant, pork belly all day long. I haven't been there in years. I really, really want to go. I must make a conscious effort and go to John Turot's restaurant. It's called SOS. It stands for Smith of Smithfields. I really must go there one day, and enjoy the food. I haven't been there for ages, but the food there is really, really good as well. I had the pork belly; it's lovely. Mwah. Really disappointed. I'm just trying to think, but you know, you go to these restaurants and but there, because they switch up the menu every week or two, you then have to change your dishes. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, I've been there now so many times. I haven't been, touch wood, I haven't been disappointed yet. But you never know. Could be that time. Um, so what are we saying here? Kelly, can you look up the old Arch Bar in Claremorris Mayo Island? I will. I won't do it right now, but I will. I hope my grapes grow this year. Oh, have you planted grapes? I counted 233 bunches so far. Hope they bloom well. Wow. Both my cats are listening to you. Oh, tell them hi. What are your cats' names? Um, the did you plant? So wow, wow, wow. Did you plant them in the garden then? Your grapes? Wow. Do you know what? I've never thought to plant grapes. I've got to say. I went to visit my mum. Just before Mother's Day because she was going out on Mother's Day. So we went to visit her on a Saturday and she's put some plants out the front. And something is eating up the leaves. And I said to Mums, oh my God, what is it you've got that's just eating the leaves? It must be slugs, slugs or snails. But they're really eating up her leaves. I can't remember which plant it was now. It wasn't, she's planted peonies, but it wasn't peonies. It was another plant that was suffering. But sometimes peonies, they really attract ants because I think they're quite sweet. And I remember when we grew our first peony, that was covered in ants. There were so many ants. Uh, so there must be something very, very sweet in the peonies to attract ants. Um, Catty and Tiddles are Tiddles was 7 this 1st of April. Oh right. And Catty's birthday is 6th of April. Also, she'll be 7. Wow, 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 wow. So both 7. Well, okay, well, happy birthday to your cats, Catty and Tiddles. Hope you had a good birthday. Which one was it? Tiddles first. And I hope you have a good birthday on the 16th, Catty. Yeah, my grapes grown 7 years. This year be 8 years. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And do you eat them? I know that's a strange question, but sometimes people grow things and they don't bother eating them. Do you know what I mean? What type of grapes are they? Are they green? Are they the purpley type ones? Or they've got like these sort of like a rosé color ones, which Alicia loves. She likes the sort of like the pinky ones, the rosé sort of type color ones. I've got to say I've never tried them, but my favorite is the green seedless. I always like seedless grapes. I never like the grapes where you have to like spit out the seeds and stuff. But I definitely like seedless grapes. And is cherry season almost upon us? Oh, I love cherries. I love cherries and I love white nectarines. So, and donut peaches, white donut peaches, they're really good too. So hopefully, it's taken 7 years to get the grapes finally. My 6 year, oh, my 6 year, the weather was too hot. Really? I thought they would need the sun and stuff like that. I would have thought that they would. That's why I was quite surprised that you could grow them here. Because I thought, oh, don't they need hot weather? Or am I just thinking of the adverts and the adverts are making it up that you don't need hot weather? Um uh Kelly, do you want to do a quick check on Mark? No, I can hear him moving about up there. But he'll call me if he needs anything, trust me. To tell me he's sick probably. Not sick as in vomit, but to tell me that he's sick. Uh, might need a drink. No, actually, he bought. Yeah, he's got everything that he needs up there actually. But don't worry, he wouldn't be too shy. He would come down. My grapes are red, sweets, and pips. Uh, in but make nice juice. Oh yeah, yeah. I suppose yeah, you could make grape juice with yeah, some great grape juice. Um, yeah. I think Mark and I probably might get something to eat later. We were having a discussion about it, and we were saying, oh, I was about to order, and then he was like, oh, but then you'll have to get up and leave the live and all of that. I said, all right then, so maybe we'll order after. So that's what. But don't worry, he had a cinnamon bun. Sorry, cinnamon bun. He had a cinnamon swirl. He had a chai tea latte, and he's got his fizzy water. He loves. I don't like fizzy water. It tastes medicinal to me. It tastes like Andrews, and I don't like that. But he loves it. Um. Uh. Do. Kind of got a tad drunk last year. What on the grapes? on the vino? Did you make? So are you saying you make your own homemade vino? Is that what you're trying to say? Too much grape juice, yeah. So they fermented a bit, did they? Is that what happened, or did you squash them with your? I'm doing this because I'm squashing my feet down. Is that what you did? You were squashing your grapes in a big tub with your feet. Um, How's your man Mark doing? He's all right. I can hear him moving about up there. He's not that quiet. But what he will be doing is he will be watching YouTube. If he hasn't finished working, which he might have done by now, then he'll be watching YouTube. But I know that he was working because he took his work laptop upstairs and because he was working down here earlier, but now he's working upstairs, and I know he'll be doing a bit of studying. So although he's not well, he'll because I suppose it's one of those things. Even if you're not well, you can still work from home, kind of thing. Um, yeah. Mark, are you okay? He's got his earphones on. That's how okay he is. He's got his earphones. Mark, there you go. He's got his earphones on. But yeah, no, he's fine because I did hear him getting up. I heard him go to the toilet and sort of because we've got the toilet up there, and he goes and into the back bedroom. He'll get his pajamas or whatever in the back. So I did hear him walking about. He's absolutely fine. I promise you. I would let you know if anything was just. I tell you what, I'll message you later and let you know if anything's happened to him. But it hasn't. I promise you, because I just heard him about 10 minutes ago, so I know he's all right. Uh, I get vid and send pics as they grow. Oh yes. Send me some pictures. They start out as a flower. That's so interesting. Do you know what? To be fair, if I grow anything, it dies. So I need one of those durable plants, or not plants per se, but those flowers that don't need looking after. Things like daffodils. And daffodils are excellent. They bloom every year. But it would be nice to get something a bit more. I love daffodils, but I want to get something a bit more interesting other than daffodils. So we've got peonies in the garden, and so yeah, we've got peonies. There's one that I always call I always call it something else, and it's called Indian summer. So we've got Indian summer and we've got peonies, and they practically have taken over the garden, the back under the sort of trees. I also love roses. Have you got a laser thermometer? No, we haven't. Check mark for temperature. Okay. Well, he doesn't actually have a temperature. I had I had a I had a little bit of a fever, but he hasn't. His thing is coughing. He's sneezing a lot and coughing. Um, uh, but that's it. He's actually been quite okay in the sense that he can't talk for long periods of time because obviously it's not that he's got a sore throat, but it gets very dry very quickly. So he can't talk, and plus of all the coughing. So he's coughing a lot and he's sneezing a lot. I didn't sneeze actually at all, but Mark does. But I had to blow my nose a lot, and he's having to blow his nose a lot. But we got the same symptoms, but slightly different. But he's very good. He's been drinking all of his water and stuff like that. But I can tell you at the moment, have his earphones on and he'll be working away. That's what he does. So he'll be there and he'll be working away. He'll be watching, whatever. If it might be information that he's looking for, so he'll watch it on YouTube, or it might just be something that he wants to watch on YouTube. But yeah, he'll be working away. What time is it now? Yeah, he'll still be working away, to be quite honest. I harvested the grapes, but managed to get only one seed to grow. I really so much TLC. I bet. Um, I think with things like grapes and things like that. But you know what? I think any type of gardening, you have to have a real love for it. You have to have like a real love to be outside and to garden and to do, whatever it is. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love being out in the garden. I'm just not really one for gardening. There was one time I was doing a flower bed when I used to live. Um, so where I used to live, which my granddad's old house, he had a garden, and I remember me and my mum, we decided to do a flower patch, flower bed, and uh my friend at the time, she came round and we started planting flowers in the flower bed, and I really felt afterwards I was really feeling at one with mother nature, and I felt like a calmness and all of that. But it's the first and only time I have to say that I actually felt a powerful draw to to what we were doing. Sneezing and coughing is a super flu, is it? Not sneezing and coughing is COVID. Oh, okay. Um, I had a cough, but I didn't sneeze. Yeah, but he is sneezing and coughing. Also, could be hay fever. Well, this is it, Richard, because when I got sick, I was just thinking, oh, this is just a cold. Colds did exist before COVID. You know what I mean? It's not everything COVID, COVID, COVID. And I remember I was coughing on the train, and people were like, "Oh, do you know what I mean?" Because when you start coughing, that's how people behave. So it does make you feel conscious when you're in public and you're coughing. It is one of them, them things that makes you self-conscious. People think I have the virus, but no, it's my hay fever. Well, the same with Alicia, my sister-in-law. She has hay fever, but it's true. People are, but even I would. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, but it's just human nature. It's human nature because it has been in the media for so long, and we didn't know what it was, and so many people passed away from it and everything else. But now it's gotten to the point where it is a what you call it, not it's not gone away, but hopefully it's stabilizing. Do you know what I mean? It's just getting to that thing where, because obviously we're going to have to live with it because it's here now. There's no cure for it, like the common cold. There's no cure for it, so I think we we now just have to live with it and just wait till it gets to that level that the world can cope with, because it's not just here, it's the world at the end of the day. um I study virology as a hobby. Oh, do you? What is that, virology? Do you mean the environment? Is that what is virology? I'm just trying to think. I'm like on one of them quizzes where is the clue in the name kind of thing, or is the clue in the title, or the clue in the question? Um, I have a medical condition, blood cancer, and I get nosebleeds. All right, and sneeze from hay fever. People panic. Oh, bless you. But are you okay, Richard? Is that okay? Kelly, going to take photos of the census blank pages was done in 3rd of April. Failure to fill the census equals what? Jail and fines? Fine. Oh my goodness. Hi, sorry I'm late. You're looking much better, Kelly. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Oh, I do you know what? I feel a bit better. I mean, not a bit better. I feel a lot better. I'm still a bit bunged up, and I can tell that I want to blow my nose. I'm just trying not to be rude. Um, but Mark is upstairs and he's not well, and he's working, but he just didn't feel that he could like be down here and start talking and being on the live and all of that type of stuff. But I know how he's feeling, because when we did that very short one, it was very, it can take its toll on you. So I think for him, and you know how some people are when it takes a I don't want to say um the males, but you know how some males are, and so it takes its toll a bit more on him than it would on me, let's say. But I was very sick with it, and he's quite sick. But he's working away. Do you know what I mean? Mark's one of those people, even if he's sick, he'll work anyway. um Loving the ears, thank you. I hope Mark hasn't got it. Do you know what? He did test, was it yesterday or the day before he tested? And he didn't have it. He was negative. But to be fair, I said to him, look, I've had it, and it seems like you're a week behind me. So it stands to reason you probably, even if you are testing negative, it's too much of a coincidence, because he hasn't been out. He doesn't go out. So it would be too much of a coincidence for him to be, and he's quite sick in the sense that he's coughing and he's sneezing. He's coughing quite a lot. He can hardly sleep at night. So it would stand to reason he's got it. Do you know what I mean? Man, exactly. The man flu. Yeah. Blood cancer is leukemia. Oh. But I'm always in check. Last 8 months been good. Oh, bless you. So I'm glad the last 8 months have been good at least. Um, Healing vibrations. No, I've got PV. It's long word. There are different types of blood cancer. Right. Okay. Send Mark my regards. Hope he gets well soon. I definitely will. And yeah, these is. Don't you like that? It's like a sweet, isn't it? That's why I loved it, and I thought, oh, I must get it. But the ears, they're not they're not soft like the other ones. They're quite like almost like drums. Um. You have chronic, somewhat survivable form of leukemia. Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but I'm sure Richard. Um, have you been out yet? No, I have not. No. I have kept myself to myself. Well, it's only me and Mark, to be fair. We've kept ourselves to ourselves. We've not been out. I haven't been out. The last time I was out was Wednesday. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Surprised I'm not climbing the walls. But yeah, the last time that I was out was Wednesday. So what week? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 6 days. 6 days. I've been stuck in the house. Oh my goodness. It can turn into mine's too many white cells, but my chemo tablets keep it down. Right, okay. Kelly, I might try and call you via Gmail to chat. Okay. Um, I didn't know it did that, but yes, do. I feel yeah, I do feel better. I've got to say, I do still have a bit of a cough. My throat, luckily for me, is not as dry as what it was. I feel like have to make a video on my PV to explain. Yes. Do you know what? That might be a real interesting video, to be quite honest. And I'm sure there are people, a lot of people that will want to find out about it. Some people might have it. Some people might relate to it because they might know other people that have it. But that would be a really interesting subject. That's if you don't mind and you don't feel that it's too invasive. Um, but yeah, that is definitely one to sort of maybe think on really. Um, uh, it's called GChat. Okay, yeah. Later on, I'm going to. I think I might order something to eat today. That's what I was. Mark and I were discussing before I came on, and we were saying because he hadn't made the decision not to because he just didn't want to talk all that time and stuff like that. So I said, you know what? Let me do it. You go upstairs, do your thing, finish off whatever work you've got to do, and do what you need to do. But because he's studying as well, he's finding it can be. Do you know what? It can be overwhelming. When you're doing everyday things and you are trying to study as well. I mean, I'm lucky because I get to study at certain times, and it's not as in depth as what Mark's one is. Mark's one's like really in depth. So it takes a lot, when you're working as well and you're trying to uh study as well, it does take a lot out of you, to be quite honest. I would like to go to my next level of I can hear him coughing. So he's coughing. He's all right if I can hear him coughing now. I really want to go on to the next level. So I need to find out a bit more about that. And ideally, what I would like to do is go to a class. I find it much easier to learn and much easier to be able to ask questions. I find like all this home study, I don't get to ask all the questions that I want to ask to achieve or to understand what it is that I want to. Oh, no, I've just heard him coughing. He's fine. Honestly, listen to me. I would not, if I thought for 1 minute that Mark was, I wouldn't have even done the live. I wouldn't have even contemplated it. Do you know what I mean? But I promise you he's fine. I would not have contemplated doing the live if, uh, um, look, he's coughing, so he's fine. But he is studying and he is working, and I know it would annoy him more if I went to check in on him while he's studying. So while he's not feeling well and he's got the pressures of study, I'm not about to go and sort of disturb him. But I promise after this, I will check on him and then I will email you, or when we talk on GChat, you'll see he's absolutely fine. Once you're both better, treat yourself. Do you know what? Yeah, I think I do want to. Mark, see, he's got his earphones on. I can hear him coughing away. He's got his earphones on. But I will tell him that you are really worried about him, Aoife. Don't worry. But I promise you, he's just coughing up there, so he is fine. But I know what he's like if I disturb him when he's studying, and I really don't want to do that because it's difficult. It's pressurizing. Do you know what I mean? If you're trying to study and you're not feeling well as well, you're not going to be in the best of moods. I know when I was ill, if somebody, Me, I just wanted to lay there. And if anybody's going, are you all right? Are you all right? Are you all right? And I'm not, I like just to be left alone until I need something. If I need something, then I'll ask you. I'll say, oh, can you bring me a drink of water? Or can you, and Mark's not afraid. He'll say, oh, can you bring me a drink of water? Or can you, whatever. So if he needed something, he would definitely ask me. But I promise you, Aoife, he's fine. I promise. Like I said, I wouldn't have done the live if for 1 minute he needed me. Absolutely not. He does. He does. He really, really does. I promise. Yeah, we both do. We both love each other. But yeah, so at the moment, what do you know what would be nice? What I would love is if Mark got involved in reading a book or doing his art, because he's really, really into his art, but he hasn't felt the passion to actually create something artistically, which is a real shame. Because through lockdown, I bought him some sort of like sketchbooks and things like that, in the hopes that I could coax him into doing some type of artwork, but he never really got down to it, and it's a real shame. I'm just looking at my books because I'm thinking I might read Bridgerton. I might read from book 1 rather than starting from book 3. I might actually read book 1. I like how you have different Mickey ears on. How many do you have? Too many. Mark would tell you too many. I got too many ears. Before I had about 16, but now, God, I must have over 20. I must have. When Mark's better, tell Mark I'm an artist. I'll send him a pic. I'd like to see his art. Do you know what? He would be very interested. Koma is putting me through hell of a trial. He did not. Do you know what though? The thing is with this, when you somebody always has their version of events and somebody else always has their version of events, and very rarely does the other one admit to the other one. Do you know what I mean? So I think that it's something, unfortunately, you have to go through, and I'm so sorry that um that's happening to you, Aoife. I'm really, really sorry, and it will be stressful. um yeah, it will be stressful, and it's a very sad thing, to be quite honest, to be going through something like that. Yeah, I'll have to go to Liverpool to court in September. Oh, why Liverpool? It's quite far. Are you going to get there okay? Is everything going to be okay? And September. So you've got a little while to go yet. And you've got a little time to prepare yourself, do what you need to do. Just make sure you look after yourself. That's all you can do. Take care of yourself, treat yourself to certain things, and try and build up your confidence and your well-being and yourself, before you walk into that room, before you walk in, into that. um Oh, are you at Haven Holiday Park, Charlie? Are you enjoying it? What activity are you doing? Videos? What activities are there to do? You should definitely video any activities on my next trip. I'll light a little candle for you. Oh, that's so nice, Richard. I'm sure Aoife would really appreciate that. That's so lovely. Um, you know what? I think, like I said, Aoife, you just have to build yourself up and get yourself ready for September, and tell your story. That's all you can do is tell your story, and yeah, and hopefully build on that. I can't believe I've been chatting to you all for an hour and 40 minutes. What trash on my own must I have been talking to you all? Oh my god, I don't even know. Um, but I am going to be leaving you soon. I'm getting a little bit tired in my eyes. My eyes are like, not that I'm falling asleep, but they feel tired. Are you doing anything for Easter? Do you know what? I haven't got anything planned. I haven't, to be quite honest, I really haven't thought about it. My family at Easter normally give things up for Easter, and I have done nothing. I have not given up a thing during Easter. I've been a terrible, terrible person. I think my mum normally gives up meat every year. Actually, I forgot to ask her, but she normally gives up meat every year. And my cousin, I don't know if he gave up because he was telling, because I baked cakes. And so I don't know if, because he said he couldn't have any. So I don't know if he gave up sweet things in general or if he gave up just cake. I'm not sure. But imagine, oh, when you fancy a little bit cake, and when I made those cakes were nice. They were nice. And I was thinking about baking a cake today, and I should have done really. But I may bake one tomorrow. As it's just me and Mark in the house, do you know what I mean? I might as well bake a cake, innit? And then we sit down and reap the rewards of my hard efforts. But yeah, I think I might bake a cake. I don't know what cake I'm gonna bake, but I think I might bake one. It happened on the right, on his boat in Liverpool. Oh, I see. So here's reveal your intimacy during the time of the month. Maybe you can say right. Okay. Okay. I think that you need to take care of yourself in life. We all need to take care of ourselves. Do you know what I mean? I think we have to contemplate things. I think we have to do nice things for ourselves. And if you feel that you need help or support, maybe find something or like a group or somebody that might be able to help you mentally if you need it. Because in life sometimes we just need that little bit of support. So if there is a specialist group that you can contact just to help you through if you need it, then do contact them. Do you know what I mean? But try and keep your mind and your body healthy. Take care of your well-being. Um, oh, bless you. For Easter, churches in cathedrals so far, 98. See my latest vlogs to catch up. Oh my goodness. Kelly, seriously, I said no. Come on, that is not something I am going to do. Okay, seriously, I said no. Come on, that is not something right. Oh dear. Threatening behavior. Oh. You're going to order yourselves a nice takeaway and relax for the evening. Oh, night night, take care. Yes, I am going to order us something. I don't know what to order us, to be quite honest. I don't know. I don't know what I have a penchant for. But definitely going to do that, I think. We've already look at me. We've already got our drinks. Well, Mark drunk his a long time ago because you know what Mark's like. Mark will drink his drink in 5 seconds. I'm just drinking a very lukewarm chai tea latte. But yeah, I am going to leave you now, guys. I mean, it's God, I've been talking for an hour and 45 minutes. What am I talking about? Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what, I can chat. Ooh, just get me going and I can just chat all night. So I'm going to leave you for now, guys. Thank you for joining me and thank you for talking with me. Thank you. I'm glad I wasn't lonely. Do you know what I mean? Because I could have just been sitting here talking for I don't know how long to myself. But I hope I catch you all soon. Maybe Friday if you're free, come join us. I don't know if Mark will join us because I know he's working away and he's still not really well. But I will run upstairs and check on him because I know Aoife's dying for me to run upstairs and I'm not hiding anymore. Nothing to be ashamed of. He did me wrong. Do you know what? And why should you hide? There is nothing to be ashamed of. Do your thing. Do you know what I mean? Be strong. Do your thing. You're a strong, independent woman. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm all about. That. So do your thing. Stick up for yourself. And do you know what I mean? Take care of yourself. Disney Plus. You got to watch the new Marvel spin-off. Do you know what? I've got to listen. I was saying I was about to say goodbye. Yes, there are so many things that I want to watch on Disney Plus, and I do want to watch the Marvel spin-off. And Fantastic Beasts are out. I think it's Friday, so I definitely want to be on point health-wise, and hopefully Mark will be too. But that is something we would like to watch. And a friend of mine, she had messaged me. This is my nose going now. She had messaged me saying that she wants to go and see it as well. So hopefully we'll be all taking a test, both of us. In fact, what day are we today? Tuesday. Maybe I should take a test tomorrow and then take a test on Friday. So then I'll know for sure. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Fantastic Beasts. I can't wait. I've been waiting for the next episode. I wish she had done a book so I could read the book before I go and watch the film. But then I would complain about the film because the film wouldn't be as good as the book. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm so excited to watch that. And I've got to say, whoever's still on, and whoever hasn't watched Bridgerton, please watch Bridgerton. Let me know what your favorite series is. For me, which I still won't reveal it till later, but somebody said, two people said, Alicia being one of them, that they preferred season 1. I preferred season 2. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I did enjoy season 1 because it was season 1 that led me to watch season 2. But yeah, I loved season 2. I wonder what season 3 is going to have in store for us, but we won't know till next year. That's the craziness of it. But you know what I might do? I might order the books tonight. If I order the first 3 books, that means I can read book 1, book 2, and then read book 3. But will I be disappointed when they play the series? Don't know. Anyway, guys, take care. Look after yourselves. I'm just reading the last few comments. I will have a lovely evening. Thank you. And guys, take care of yourselves. Remember all to have fun, and I will catch you on the flip side.